Asinine Radio. This is the weekly music podcast where every week we get into a different band, different artist, and we break down one of their records. We get into the music, lyrics, how it was made, and everything in between. My name is Tyler, and way out there, hundreds of miles away, is Jeff. While you're listening, go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, give us 5 stars. If you're watching on YouTube, smash that subscribe button. So what are we doing this week, Jeff? Go.
We're doing Can. Ege Bamyasi.
Ege Bamyasa.
Bamyasa.
That's how you're supposed to pronounce it. We are Turkish now. But this band from Germany, record came out in 1972, November 1972. So we're going to get into that. And but, before we kind of break it down, we're going to get into our origin story of Can and then our first impressions of this record, Ege Bamyasa. So let's get into this, Jeff. Origin story. What do you got? Go.
I did just type in, how do you say Ege
Bamyasa.
Ege
Ege.
Bamyasa.
Aga.
Yeah. So that's cool.
It is.
Yeah, that's cool. Anyway, origin story with Can. Is that what you said?
Yes.
I think I don't know. I feel like you listened to them in high school or something, or somebody else did, and then Kanye did. He borrowed for Drunken Hot Girls. And that was about it. That was it. Never really listened to him until Damo and Omar. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe you get into your thing after that, or I know you will. That's how we do this, back and forth.
Yes.
But it wasn't until Damo and Omar did their Please Heed This Eventually, where I was like, dude, that guy's so fucking cool. And then I remember listening to Ege Bamyasa, and I was like, that's not what I thought he was going to do on that one. I thought he was going to sound more like Please Hear This Eventually, but it was more like just really lazy singing. And so it kind of turned me off for a long, long time until fairly recently, the past 5 or so years. That's it. Not very exciting.
Okay. Yeah, my origin story is the Please Heed This Eventually, the song that Damo did with Omar Rodriguez Lopez. They originally did it back in 2005. But they didn't release it until late 06, early 07. They released it's the live version. They put it on vinyl and all the fucking there was no Spotify back then. It was just iTunes. That's really what it was.
iTunes.
And you just fucking illegally download it, which I did at the time. So yeah, that's my introduction to Can was Omar working with Damo way back then, and then I dove into this record, Ege Bamyasa, and then Tago Mago as well. But yeah, that's just I feel like I came kind of late into the game with them. But I mean, I don't know how else I would have ever heard of Can, had it not been for Omar, because I was just so obsessed with Mars Volta at the time. But yeah, that's my origin story, and then I probably showed you, or I don't know how it went back then. But yeah,
that's my origin story. I'm sticking to it.
That's my origin story. And then, so first impressions on Ege Bamyasa. What do you got? Go.
I don't know. It's good.
This is good.
No, it was fun this week. I think I'm kind of glad I went backwards, because it made me appreciate
on the
their first stuff, their earlier stuff a little bit more. Because it's easy to dismiss this as not specifically this one, because I think this is the perfect bridge between their fucking weird Tago Mago and then one after this, whatever that one was called, Future Days. That was just more kind of chill and ambient. This is a perfect middle ground that's very accessible, but it's still kind of weird, right? You still have to kind of have an appreciation for the arts to get through this without vomiting. Nah, I'm just kidding. It's good. It's solid. I liked it because I didn't hear this in its entirety until I've already heard a lot of other things and gone through a lot of other proggy things, and then this hit, so it didn't shock me the way it probably would have if I stumbled upon it when I was 12.
Yeah,
right. I think I'd listened to Spock's Beard in high school more than I did ever Can, and so listening to kind of proggy stuff and then getting into this was fine. I liked reggae a lot too, so I don't know. I don't fucking know. This wasn't that weird.
Yeah,
I still don't think Ege Bamyasi is that weird either.
I don't think it's that weird of a record. I think Tago Mago is way crazier. But like you mentioned earlier with your experience with like Please Heed This Eventually by Omar that Damo was on, it's like I hear that's the first thing I hear, that fucking almost 30-minute jam, and then I throw on this record Ege Bamyasa, and I'm like, what the I was honestly a little bit disappointed because I thought Damo was going to sound like he does on that. And I don't know why I shouldn't have thought this, but I thought, okay, the guitar is going to be as crazy and wonky and wanky as Omar plays, but it's not. This record, Ege Bamyasa, is not like that. It's way more subdued, way more chill, relaxed, extremely groove based, and it's fantastic. I mean, if you're really not into like prog music or even jazz music, but a lot of jazz people would say this is fucking garbage, this is trash music, because jazz people are lame. But yeah, you're just not gonna like this. I mean, most people are just, this is not meant for mass consumption. Yet this record is so influential to so many fucking bands, which is cool.
I mean, it's the krautrock, right? It's the krautrock sound that Kraftwerk would take and run with and make it a killer career. And there are a lot of people that like this sound, and there's a lot of bands too that Spotify was playing for me after the Can records would end that I never listened to, but I was like, yeah, that's pretty fucking good actually. I like that. Some of it was the early Tangerine Dream stuff, because Sloan likes them a lot, but he likes the later where it's just straight fucking ambient noise. And again, I don't like that at all. I think it's fucking boring. Kind of like a lot of like hard bop too stuff, like jazz. I think it's kind of boring, so I don't listen to a lot of it. But I don't know. Yeah. But.
Yeah, and this is also kind of a departure for the band at this time. You know, their third record. They had recorded the first two records in like an artist commune in a castle in Cologne, Germany called Schloss Norvenich, and then they moved into from there, and they actually ended up having to move because of noise complaints. So they left the castle and they occupied some like old movie theater in Weilerswist. It's right near Cologne. I don't fucking know where. But yeah, they ended up occupying that spot, calling it Inner Space Studio. They ended up getting like, I think it was like 1,500 mattresses, and they fucking soundproofed the whole fucking building with like old army bunker mattresses and shit. Fucking crazy shit. But yeah, anyway, it just that was like, it was a departure for them there, and they just kind of just jammed it out. And so what's crazy about this record? So there's 7 songs. And they recorded it from December of 71 to June of 72. They ended up recording 3 songs like a week before the deadline in June. Then they had 3 songs that were like on the Soundtracks record that they threw out, or not that, but they were like already pre-recorded. So they were already songs that were recorded. And then the day before the deadline, they recorded the song Soup. So everything was done within a week. They recorded for 6 months. But everything you hear on the record was done a week before the deadline of this record, which is fucking so stupid. It's just so silly. It's so silly.
These are from like what I've read and what I gather from these guys, for lack of a better word, but like pretentious musicians is kind of like what comes to mind. Like they're all like classically trained. They know how to play a shit ton of instruments.
Yeah.
They have this vision for playing music where they don't want to play rock music, even though they play rock music. They don't want to play rock music because they think rock music is beneath them, and they can do other things. So they kind of just sound like pretentious musicians in general. But I'm sure they know like a lot about like theory and history. But it is funny to think that like when you play rock music, it's fun to fucking jam, dude. So they probably spent most of their time just dicking around jamming until like, yo, we need to put something together. Like, oh shit, all right, let's just do it right now, like today. We'll finish it today because they can.
Yeah, well, I mean, the song Soup is like a 10.5 minute jam, and that's just like what it was. Like I don't think there was much editing to that song. It was just like so last minute. Like we just need to fill up side 2 of this record, and that they just did that fucking jam. So, yeah, and also people who don't know krautrock. It's a very kind of obscure genre, but it was from West Germany, has elements of, you know, psych rock, like avant-garde jazz, experimental, concrete, just really experimental shit. So it's just this weird like combination of music that was just, it's such a niche thing in music history, and it was just so short lived over like not even a decade. Like it's such a short amount of time that the genre was around. But but it's cool. It's cool.
I mean, it exploded fast. It got really weird. And I mean, post World War II Germany, I'm sure it was a fucking nightmare to live in. Like no one knew what the fuck to do. It was probably very disorganized. And like, what do you do when you're a teen in post World War II Germany, right? The whole world still fucking hates you.
I know.
Like everybody hates your guts, and you didn't do anything because, you know, you were just born barely. So what do? You make fucking weird music. You make weird music that's noisy and that's kind of like shitty to the ears.
Yeah. And what's cool about the band as well was that this is the second record with Damo Suzuki. He did 3 records with this band, and how he joined the band was just like it was just so weird. So Malcolm Mooney, the original drummer, quit the band, went back to America, had a mental breakdown, and they just found Damo Suzuki on the streets of Cologne just busking. And they had a show that night. And they just saw him busking. They're like, oh, this guy's pretty cool. He's good, man. He's good. But in however you say that in German. And they approached him, didn't speak a lick of German, and barely spoke English. And they were able to communicate with them. And he played that show that night and just improvised it. He just fucking improvised that first show, became their singer. 3 records later, he becomes a Jehovah's Witness, leaves the band, and never plays with them again. And then died 2 years ago.
Yeah. Damo's life is wild. He leaves his house, right? And just like, kind of like, where do I want to go? I don't know. Swedish sounds kind of cool. I'll head that way.
Yeah, him and his buddy left Japan. They went to Sweden and lived there for like a year.
Let's see what we can do when we go over there with no fucking money and just like a saxophone and a guitar, and don't speak any language other than like Japanese and a little bit of English. So they hook up with like a family as like a foreign exchange type of thing. And they live with a family for a while, but like they don't know how to communicate. So all they do is just cook food for each other. That's like the common equalizer. And like, just, I don't know, that's how fearless, right? Like how fucking cool.
Especially at that time when you have like, there's no cell phones, there's no internet, there's no way of communicating. There's barely any way of communicating back home. You know, it's just, you fucking go. And they're not, they're not fucking flying over here from Japan. They're fucking probably took some gnarly trains all the way across Asia through fucking Eastern Europe. Going through Eastern Europe when it's all occupied, when it's all fucking USSR. Like, that's some wild fucking shit back then.
Yeah, all these guys. I'm reading about all their backstories too. All the guys' lives. I mean, Damo has a fun, interesting life, but everyone else, because they're all German and their parents, it was pretty wild reading about it. It was fun.
I didn't read too much about the other guys. I just really only read about Damo, but yeah, either way, I
will inform you. I'll keep you updated.
It's 4 dudes. Wait, no, is it 4 guys? No, 5 guys.
5 guys.
5 guys. Guitarist, bassist, drummer, singer, and then a keyboardist. And in the end, the bass player Zuge, forgot his first name. I forgot these German names. God damn it.
Like Irma or some shit.
Yeah, so he's kind of like the driving force of the band. He's not really a bass player. Is it Irma?
No.
Yeah, he's not really a bass player.
He picked it up last minute.
But he's it was just like all the other instruments were taken, so he took up the bass. But he was more of like the editor. He was the producer, the sound manipulation. He was doing all kinds of crazy shit, like very ahead of its time as well. In 1972, a lot of bands were doing this shit, not to this extent at least. So yeah, he was kind of revolutionary, in what he did, even though he wasn't a very good bass player. But
I mean, he was. I guess well, when I get into my songs, because there's a cool bass, and Soup is one of the ones. There's a cool bass part, and I wrote some stuff about the bass player. We can get into that when we talk about Soup.
Yeah. So let's do this. We've talked about quite a bit of their history. Let's get into some songs. Do we have any stinkers on here?
No,
I have no stinkers. I got 7 bangers. I think everything's a banger. This
I do
record
too.
Should be listened to front to back. By the way.
It flows nicely. There's some sequencing things here, like going from Soup to I'm So Green. I love that. There's some cool sequencing things, and yeah, it should be front to back. That's what this is.
I mean, I did rank them, my favorites, but
sure.
But in the end, it should be listened to front to back. Cool. Should we just run through the 7 songs?
Yeah, that's bad. Yeah, we can do that. That's good.
Let's get into Pinch. What do you got on here?
Pinch harmonics. Basically centered around the drum beat and Damo, right? Everything else is just kind of supplements here. It's funky, very groove heavy, very experimental. We get a nice long jam though that doesn't get too repetitive, because a lot of times what Can likes to do is just do like a repetitive kind of beat, a repetitive, almost a loop, and just extrapolate from that, right? Build off of that. But this is kind of cool because the drums here get a little bit more percussive based and a little bit more tribal sounding. Yeah. Carolee, I don't know how to say that German last name. Carolee, the guitar player, does a great job of just filling up space. Carolee does a great job filling up space when needed, but it's never too much. And like the bee's knees here is that just like in fucking Only in Dreams, that last resolve, right? And we've heard Les do it too before. Can't think of the song that he does at the very end.
I don't know. I know it just from that one note that you probably don't even have.
I think it's My Name Is Mud, right? Isn't that at the end of My Name Is Mud?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. It's My Name Is Mud.
How's it go?
That
it goes.
Bing. I don't even know. Yeah, just that one ring. He just hits that like one upstroke on it. That's so
literally what I just did. Yeah. But yeah, so I think that's just like to resolve the whole song. And at the same time, Damo just says pinch. It's like, oh, cool, man. That was good. That's good. That's a good intro. Fuck yeah.
It's 9.5 minutes too. It's a cool jam, and like you said, it's very drum driven. The bass is weird. It's disjointed, but Michael, the guitar player, Corolla, he just kind of like lays back and just grooves and doesn't take up space. He just kind of fills in a little bit. He's just there for the song and just jam a tiny bit. But he never like shines. He never comes to the forefront and really shines on any of these songs, which is cool too. Some cool funk rhythm stuff going on here. And then Damo's just being himself. Yeah, it's just being fucking weird, saying nonsense. I mean, I have like no notes on these lyrics. I don't know what the fuck he's ever talking about. I think it's just like a stream of consciousness.
I wonder how long it took people, like when this record came out, I wonder how long it took people to even realize that he's singing in English. Because there's no fucking way, right? There's no liner notes, and like if you're borrowing this record from your buddy, like he's giving you the record in like a sleeve, right? There's no Spotify, there's no Genius.
Yeah,
it's like you don't know what the fuck he's saying, and even like I had the lyrics in front of me, and still like I don't know if he's saying that.
I thought the same exact thing. Yeah,
I don't think so, man. It's like I have no fucking idea, but I think this song he's just like emotion, right? He's just trying to like tap into something primal. He's trying to like get down to like his primal basics and start the record off here,
which I think is really cool. I really like that because I got like 3 songs in them. Like none of this makes any sense. The lyrics don't make any sense on Genius, and it doesn't sound like what he's actually saying really. Like if it sounds more just like guesswork. So yeah, I barely have any notes for the lyrics, and that's okay, man. That's okay. But yeah, Pinch, great song. But it's just I think it's one of like the most experimental jammy songs on the whole record. There's certainly, I mean, the soundtrack songs or the songs that they recorded outside of this record are just way more conventional, and they were clearly meant for a different purpose, like Vitamin C and shit like that, which we'll get into. But yeah, Pinch, good stuff. So
Pinchy,
yes. Let's get into Sing Swan Song. What do you got on this
Sing Swan Song. I like the sequence going into this, the running water, right? And then going into the Drunken Hot Girls thing. Very, very melancholic, but also kind of like foreboding. I like having the different instruments to kind of mimic this worldly music scene. That's something they'll do later on, but then they'll take those instruments and then split them apart and then really try and get each instrument to be its own actual part, whereas this is just like a quick little thing. I think they do this better than trying to make a reggae song, like you said, or trying to make a Latin song. Like just put them all in one little spot and call it a day. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, I like that.
Songs like this definitely make sense in like the Radiohead inspiration realm. Like a lot of nuance, but very overall just kind of simple sounding. So like depth, but not like a small box, but that little small box is very like long type of thing. Mm-hmm. That's what this song to me is.
Yeah,
this is one of the. Mm-hmm. I think I put this as my 5B though.
A little bit lower. I put this as my 3B.
A little lower.
But I mean, yeah, it's very peaceful. Starts with the stream, the water flowing, I love it. It's so nice. It's so fucking nice. Soft drums, bass, and like you said it best. Like it just sounds very melancholy. I really like it. It grooves so nice, and it has a really nice groove and swing at the same time. I don't know if that makes sense. There's some quirky sampling that Zuge throws in there, and some really cool swells with the keys going throughout the song. So I think the song is really, really soothing, and then the fact that fucking Kanye used the drunken hot girls in the song from 808s.
I mean, that's just a testament to like the genius of Kanye, because the guy pulls from just so many fucking different things, so many different genres, so many decades,
and
the genius of Kanye in songwriting.
Fucking can. I still want to.
That's how I heard Can for the first time, was like through that, and like, you know, like, well, that's a fucking cool sample, and like somebody had told me it's a Can song. I was like, oh, that's cool, but then never like got into him after that. I was like, that's just cool to know.
It's like a cool trivia. It's really cool trivia. Yeah. And that also makes me really want to hear the music that Kanye was doing with the Mars Volta. Remember that shit? Like 4 years ago? He posted that shit on Instagram. It's like,
yeah, that was weird.
What the fuck was that shit?
Yeah, that was like a little teaser, right? And then like nothing ever, like never said anything else about it.
I mean, there was no music on it. It was just like a picture, and he's like, I was something like, "Hey guys, when are we gonna get back together and finish this album or something like that?" But he like tagged the Mars Volta. It was some weird shit like that. Just makes no, like, it could have just been one giant troll post, but just weirdly specific and calling out the Mars Volta. But anyway, Good. Kanye, man, he's something else.
He's something else.
So let's get into One More Night. Third track from the record, 5.5 minute song. It's just a very straightforward, tight beat. I mean, right?
Yeah. Super, cool. Super funky.
Yeah.
And like their drummer, we'll talk about the drummer in the next songs. I think I like his beat in the next song. I like how they can be so calm, yet so interesting. Mm-hmm. Like there's nothing really extraordinary going on in this song, but the drum beat is absolutely fucking killer. There's really, really cool, funky guitar work. Damo sings, like he growls. He gets real fun and weird with it. Like he's just having a good time, and they're all just jamming, but they're keeping it as a song. They're not getting fucking tago-mago with it. They're keeping it as a song.
And just the drumming, just the hi-hat hits. It's just it's the exact same tempo, the same exact thing through the entire 5.5 minutes. Just
just that metronome.
Just the metronome fucking hi-hat. You know, he churches it up on the snare and shit like that, and there's some percussive stuff going on, but just literally metronome through the entire song of that hi-hat. And that's, dude, keeping that's kind of tough, man. 5.5 minutes of just that. Your right arm is just gonna fucking be dead after it.
I think it's the natural tendency for a lot of drummers and just humans just to lose interest and want to do something different, want to do like an open thing, right? Or want to just move that right hand and go do something else real quick and come back to it. But no.
Nothing.
Nope. Just steadfast, baby. Eye on the prize.
And then I think the interplay between the guitars, bass, and keys on this song, I think is incredible. They're all kind of doing their own thing, which is amazing. But the way they blend and they go in and out of each other, I think is fantastic. And there are moments where the keys sound like the guitar, and then you're like, oh, wait, I thought that was a guitar, but then it's the keys, and then it's the opposite, and then Zuge is just holding it down. And this guy's not even a fucking bass player, and he's fucking holding it down on this song. It's killer.
Yeah. I want to get more into him on Soup, because that's my favorite bass part on the record.
So, One More Night. This is more of like a mid-tier, but, you know.
Yeah, mid-tier for sure.
It's still killer. So, Vitamin C, fourth track on here, 3.5 minutes long. This is like the closest thing you have to a single, because Damo there's kind of like this like vocal melody going on. Yeah. And this is their most popular. I think this is their most popular song. It's Vitamin
For
C.
sure, this is their most recognizable song.
Yeah. So, what do you have on this one?
Yeah, so like I like the drum beat here is everything for me.
Shuffle.
It's like this irregular heartbeat kind of thing, and like someone on drugs or who's scared for someone else who's on drugs. It's weird. It's like the impendingness of it, right? Whatever the anxiety it gives me when I listen to it,
Yeah.
Heavy on the snare, which I always love, like a heavy on the snare or hi-hat work. And like the drummer, dude, the drummer's so fucking good.
I know.
He is so goddamn good.
I think he's the best part of this band. Like as a musician, he's the best part of this band.
His backstory is wild, dude. Like he's just accomplished drummer from like a young age. When he was like 10 years old, 11 years old. Like he eventually found himself playing with Art Blakey and the Jazz Messengers.
So
whenever Art Blakey didn't want to play drums, like they would call him up in like the late 50s, early 60s. So this dude played with fucking like Jackie McLean. He played with Lee Morgan, Hank Mobley, Wayne Shorter, like just iconic fucking names in the hard bop modal jazz scene. Like that alone is absolutely historic. This guy's playing on records. And then now that this whole week I've been looking at all the records that are from Art Blakey and the Messengers, looking on the back to see if he was on those records. Because not a lot of, I mean, Discogs is probably a better way to use it, but like on Wiki, there's not like a whole list of things. Like Josh Freese has that fucking extensive list of things he's played on. It wasn't like that for this guy. But yeah, dude, like that's crazy. This guy's like 9 years old and already a fucking accomplished drummer. And by the time he's 20, he's playing with like literally some of the most iconic names in jazz outside of Miles Davis.
Yeah, that's fucking wild, man.
And then like it makes sense. Like this song is he's playing a jazz drum here. Like that's what he's doing in this right now. Man, it's perfect.
No,
and Damo and I think his name is Yaki Lazabit. Jackie Lazabit.
Wait, is he the drummer, right?
I think all fucking Germans.
Well, I said drummer. I didn't say German.
Oh yeah, drummer. German drummer.
Yeah, they're all Germans, of course.
German drummer.
Damo.
Well, Damo's not.
Damo's the only one that's not. Yeah. So yeah, and I think that bass line is super fucking groovy too. Groovy bass line. Keyboard
organ,
solo.
Organ that thing comes in.
Organ keyboard solo. And you hate
it's like
electronic organ. It's not even like a proper organ.
But this is like a perfect combination between like giving homage to like the chamber pop, like the Baroque pop thing that like everybody loved in the 60s.
Yeah.
But then also like let's just psychedelic it up, right? This is fucking put some like aggressiveness in the back end, but still keep it pretty. Like that's what's going on here.
I dig it.
Like this is very Doors like. This is very Doors.
Very Doors, yeah. That bridge at least. The bridge is very, very Doorsy. I guess even the vocals, Damo's vocals are a little Jim Morrison-ish. A little bit.
I mean, the poetic aspect of it, yeah. Just and kind of like singing from the heart, even though you're not really singing. You're just making noise with your mouth.
And also, like, you know, how we were talking about the drummers playing on One More Night. You know, he's essentially just playing a loop on Vitamin C as well. It's not...
Yeah.
It's just, it's that shuffle kind of beat that he's doing, but he plays it the whole fucking 3.5 minutes.
Yeah.
But it never gets old. You never get tired of it. He doesn't really change it up. There's a couple flourishes here and there, but he really doesn't change up that beat, that loop. And yeah, Vitamin C's fucking killer, man.
It's really what you hear in like a lot of like free jazz, improvisational jazz stuff. You hear like that kind of drumming, and then everybody else is just making fucking noise.
Yeah. I dig it. So what do we got? We got Soup next?
Soup.
Yeah,
Soup Kitchen.
So this is 10.5 minutes. This is the song I mentioned earlier where, you know, they had a deadline of June whatever, let's say June 2nd. And they literally, it was the day before the deadline, and they said, we don't have enough to cover side 2 of this LP, this record, so they just fucking jammed. They jammed it out, and we have Soup. This is just an extended jam, 10.5 minutes, and it's fucking killer, man. It's so
we have Soup. Yeah, dude,
yes.
For sure. Like the first verse is so goddamn dope. And when the whole song drops in, this is very Zeppelin-like. I hear a lot of like Jimmy Page's guitar playing and Corolla's guitar playing here. Like it very, very similar. Because, you know, Jimmy Page always kind of like sometimes open chords, but like very heavy, very aggressive. And I kind of hear that here. But like Holger, dude. Holger, the bass player. Ermin Holger. These ugly Germans have the ugliest names.
Zuge.
I don't even care.
Wait,
is that his name?
Holger? Is it Holger Zuge? Am I getting all these names wrong? Fuck.
I don't know. They have ugly German names.
Hold on. Let me see.
Yeah, Holger.
Holger Zuge. Yeah, that's his. That's
Holger
his
Zuge.
Suke.
Dude,
Zuge.
ugly
Zuke.
fucking name. I don't care. It's an ugly name. And I think he's the only one that's not German. I think he's Polish. That's right. He's Polish because.
He's a German musician.
He's not. He was born in Poland.
Oh, was he? Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Ugly
Okay. So like his
motherfucker,
backstory too, because I thought it was interesting. But yeah, he's not a bass player, right? Like he does have cool parts in this. He's the scales, the hammers, the bends. He does it all. But he plays it the way that's like he's the most elementary musician on this record. He plays it just like a stereotypical bass player would play it, albeit better than most bass players could ever dream to be. But it's still very like elementary compared to everybody else, and that's by design, right? He picked up the bass at the last minute, and he didn't really progress with the instrument because he didn't want to progress with the instrument because he wanted to focus his time in the studio, like cutting tape, recording, everything in the back end. So like one of the reasons why we got mad at him later on because he just never got better at his instrument. But it's like, dude, he spent more time putting together these records than anybody else ever did playing on these records. This guy was like meticulously cutting 8 hours, 16 hours of tape to condense it into a 20-minute song. Like, fuck off. And then you get mad at him for not practicing his bass too much? Get fucked. Get fucked.
He literally did everything for this band. Literally did everything. Yeah.
Like, he's cutting 2-track tape, dude. Like 16 hours of 2-track tape. Like the Grateful Dead did this shit on their second record, but that was like 4 of them that were in the studio doing it together and sharing it, sharing the duties. This is just him by himself. Get fucked. But anyway, he has a World War II backstory. His parents were Polish, but they changed their name to a Dutch name so they could hide from the Nazis. And his dad even went so far as to make up this entire family tree as like further proof that they weren't Polish. And like when they did try to flee, they did try to flee in 1945. They were going to go on this big ship, but the Graham at the last minute supposedly decided against it. She's like, I don't want to go on that ship. Let's take a train. That boat ended up being the Wilhelm Gustloff, which is one of the if not the biggest loss of life on the seas. Like the biggest 10,000 people died because the Soviets fucked it up, shot a bunch of torpedoes at it and sank that bitch. Like 10,000 people died. He was going to be on that boat, but his grandma said no,
and we would have never had Can. Had his grandma.
That is crazy. It's just weird because we talk about like World War II and stuff, and like those people are kind of like going away just because it's been a long time now. There's not a whole lot of survivors now, but you read about people like this, and he's not even the craziest one either. There's other ones here too that are pretty wild in the World War II aspect. But anyway, we go from this heavy rock jam to this kind of like really fun ascending jam sesh where like everything gets a little faster, a little bit more chaotic, and like the halfway point of this is definitely the most inaccessible part. Yes. But it serves a purpose, right? We're harkening back to Tagomago.
Yeah, the last 4 minutes is just fucking concrete. Yeah. It's noise.
We get to let loose a little bit, just have a little bit of fun with electronics while still keeping in character. It's for sure a throwback. Like the drum beat gets a little bit more fun. Everything just gets a little bit more wild. It's Tagomago.
Yeah, it's Tagomago. Also, going back to Zuke, he was born in the free city of Danzig. That's where he was born, in Poland. So, thought that was fun. That's a little fun trivia for you.
Stupid. That's good.
But yeah, Soup. It's is like probably one of my least favorite songs on the record because of the last like 4 minutes of it. Just like, come on, man. Like Tagomago's fucking cool as shit, but I don't want to hear this again. Come on, it's not my thing. Not my thing.
Is that Danzig's real name? Danzig? Is his last name really Danzig?
So. No, I don't think so. Let's see.
Huh. I never
thought about that either.
Pod one time.
No, Glenn Allen Anzalone.
Oh my God. What's his last name?
Anzalone. Very Italian.
Like Italian?
Yeah, it looks like very Italian.
Anzalone.
He's the third of 4 sons from Lodi, New Jersey. It doesn't say he's Italian, but it sounds very Italian. And he's 70 years old. Shit. I didn't realize he was that old.
That's someone that's old, dude.
Yeah, that's old, man. All right. Anyway, we're not talking about Glenn Danzig. We're talking about.
We're not talking about Glenn Danzig at all.
We're talking about Can. So, I'm So Green, 6th track, just a little over 3 minutes. It's just
this is my favorite song,
man. Is it really?
Yeah, this is my favorite song.
Okay. Well, what do you got on this one?
I think got a hell of a groove here. And Toyota Corolla, I think he slays this one. I think he does incredible work here. I love his chord progressions. I love his shapes. He never drops in like to take over anything. He really just uses them to fill out the song. And because the bass player gets real groovy with it, kind of this note matches like the root notes of the chords, we get these really, really bright, loud, crisp chords. And I like it. I like noodling for sure. Everybody likes their little Omar noodling, but I like chords, man. Chords are the bee's knees.
Yeah, I get it.
Chords are good.
I get it. I'm so green. This is. I rank this 5. You know, it's okay. It's still solid. It's groovy. It has some bluesy riffage. Dig it. But it also builds into this kind of like heavier, faster part with some kind of like grating, like keyboard playing on it, which is cool. I dig it. For 3 minutes, they do a lot in 3 minutes on this song. And once again, man, they lock into those fucking grooves, and you just jam, man. When you throw this on loud, throw it on your speakers or like on good headphones, good cans, and this record is just so fucking good. You just feel good.
Do you have this record on the vinyls?
I do have this. I have this, and I have Tago Mago on vinyl. But they're both represses. I mean, I would love to have an OG of it, but an OG of Ege Bamyasi is like, I think it's like $350. It's fucking.
Yeah, they're all well into the hundreds.
Yeah.
I would have the represses too, but I'm telling you, dude, like I've never seen Can and even represses. I don't go to a lot of record stores though, but I've been to enough. Like Grace would have them mostly.
Yeah, but it's like you going to a lot of record stores is like 5 record stores. Because out in Arizona, there's not a lot to choose from. But, you know, being in Orange County and LA County, I've been to like probably 30 record stores, at least 30 record stores. So it's like over the last 5 years since we started collecting, 5.5 years since we started collecting. But I haven't
been to that many record stores.
I've seen this record a lot. I've seen Tago Mago a lot, and I used to see what's the Can record with the one with the screwdriver, or not the screwdriver, the fucking wrench. The wrench.
It's Can. It's Can's Can.
I've seen that.
Worst record.
I've seen that a bunch, and then I've also seen the white cover where it looks like hands pulling the white cover.
I think it's Out of Reach.
Out of Reach. Yeah, I've seen that one a lot too. But it's like nobody wants that shit.
That's why you see them a lot. They're garbage.
Yeah, nobody wants that. But otherwise.
So anyway, back to Toyota Corolla. He was the son of a Nazi.
Okay. Doesn't surprise me.
You don't find that interesting? I find that interesting.
I find it. Yeah, I find it very interesting.
Yeah,
Arnold
he was the son of a Nazi.
He was the son of a Nazi too.
Yeah, but we're not talking about Arnold Schwarzenegger. We're talking
I'm just
about
saying,
Can
it's like
Cans.
there was a lot of popular people who were sons of Nazis or Nazis.
I guess you don't find that interesting. I thought it was.
I literally said it was interesting.
Yeah,
like
Toyota Corolla was the son of a Nazi. His dad ended up getting shot in his lung, so he ended up getting back or not serving as of like 1943 or something like that. But he was eventually freed and cleared during the Nuremberg trials. So I think that's more interesting too.
I think that's even more interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, Toyota Corolla, classically trained in a ton of different instruments. It's cool that he hooked up with Holger because he was his student, and they both introduced each other to various forms of music. Like one is like, oh, I like Jimi Hendrix, and one's like, oh, I like Bach and Beethoven, and I'm fucking pretentious. And they kind of went back and forth like that. But they all kind of met like at school, at this fucking classical musical school where they like were taught by this same guy. And like Ermin, the keyboardist.
Ermin Schmidt.
I think Ermin Schmidt, the keyboardist. And then this other guy, David Johnson, who was part of the band but hated fucking Mooney's shit and vocals.
Talk about like
couldn't
the most
stand him.
Generic name out of all of these guys.
David Johnson.
Even like Malcolm Mooney is like a weird name.
David Johnson didn't like Malcolm Mooney's vocal. He thought he was too goofy, and David Johnson didn't like that they were playing more rock. He wanted them to be more avant-garde. So he took off, I think, before their first record dropped. But they all met at like this kind of like prestigious school, I think in Cologne. Like that's where they all kind of like formed and met. I don't know. That's kind of cool. What's cool about this song, going back to it, is how much more like basic pop it is compared to other Can tracks. Like Krautrock doesn't have to be fucking just like all dark and uber experimental and just artistically abstract. Fucking hell. It's okay to also incorporate experimental pop, right? Which I think allows for the musician side of these groups to come forward in the jam rather than just like the subjective artistic side. And like that's my big problem with Can and Krautrock and just any band that wants to put art forward and then the music in the back. I just it's not my thing.
Yeah, not my thing either. Not my thing either. So getting into the final track, Spoon, another song just over 3 minutes long. Sounds big. I mean, they're just kind of doing their own thing. Every guy, every individual's doing their own thing, but it's just another moment where everything just kind of intertwines and blends together, and it's extremely jammy and groovy too. And there's some cool like kind of circus kind of keys that are playing in the beginning, and it's just
so aggressive.
It's aggressive, but
it makes sense. So hard.
But it makes sense. It's good for the song. It
it's
adds to the psychedelic element of the song.
It's aggressive organ over like the electronic percussion. I think it's fucking fantastic. I think they went full send with it. Like fuck it, just do it all. Put it all in
Beatles too. It's very like Sgt. Pepper's Revolver, especially Revolver, very Revolver sounding on this particular song. I like it.
And it's cool. It's cool how they can make something. They make something that would be otherwise kind of goofy. Like this is kind of goofy, but it still sounds kind of dark and scary.
Yeah,
all these songs are still kind of like somber and dark, a little bit scary, a little. Maybe it's just a German thing.
Like when you watch scary. Like Dumbo, like the Disney movie Dumbo. It's like there's some like weird, trippy, fucked up shit in that movie that's a little bit creepy. Like because the music is kind of fucked up in that movie.
And Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah, Winnie the Pooh. Yeah.
Trippy sequence in Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah,
that was one of our favorite rides to go on at Disneyland when we were super toasty.
I think we had a lot of favorite rides at Disneyland when we were super toasty.
I think all of our favorite rides at Disneyland were because of a specific reason.
Yeah, like Mr. Toad's Wild Ride.
Dude,
I love that ride. The story in that, you go to fucking hell. You get hit by a train and die, go to hell.
And then it gets hot. And they turn the heater up and it's like fucking like really kind of hot. Like, whoa, that was pretty intense for a child's ride that only lasted 35 seconds. Right. I just stood in line an hour and a half to go on a 35-second ride. But then we liked the storybook. We liked the storybook ride, remember? Because like the one time we went on it when we were super drunk, and our person were like, they telling a good story. And we remember we used to bring the flashlights.
We brought the flashlights. Oh my god!
And shine the flashlights on the fucking parents in the cages, and they did not like it.
Yeah, because there's this little train that runs above the storybook ride, and it's like this little train, but you're in like animal cages. So we had like the flashlights, and we're like flashing the flashlights in them like we're fucking poachers or some shit like that. It was fucked up.
Never got in trouble. Never got kicked out.
Never. No. Not even. We didn't even get close to getting kicked out there.
But we got. I mean, I don't know. I think it's always because we're never like fighty when we're drunk. We're just
never fight.
Very very loud and boisterous. We're always laughing and joking, but never fighty.
Never fighty. Never fighty. Yeah.
Good.
I don't want to. I can't get into some of the shit we used to do at Disneyland.
Also, the song Spoon was using a German TV show as their theme song, and in English it was called The Knife, but in German it was called Das Messer.
You like that, huh?
I just like the German language because it just sounds like everything they say is just so douchey,
so aggressive. Yeah,
like they're still so angry. Why are you so mad?
German people are really cool, man. I had a German friend for a long time. I worked with her, and we used to hang out with Tammy. I used to hang out with her and her husband a lot. Man, she was so cool, man. She was born and raised in Munich, came to the States in the like mid-20s, and she was really fun. She was really cool. She loved to party, and just Germans are weird, man. Germans
they got a lot of making up to do, so they need to be nice.
But they're just fucking weird, man. They I can't even explain what she used to do, but apparently it was just like a very German thing. They're really meticulous. They're very like, I don't know, precise. I can't even explain it, but I don't know. That's just how she was.
Not that precise.
Well, okay, that's true.
No, we were in Germany. We were during the Euro Cup. Like it was fucking really fun. They're like some of the nicest people in all of Europe.
Yeah, that's true. The Germans were probably I would say the Germans were the nicest.
If we had to like rank the countries, like Germany would be up. The Germans would be up there.
Yeah, as the nicest. Yeah, I would say so. Yeah,
I think they may have been the nicest.
Yeah, they were really cool. We spent a lot of time there too. We spent about a week.
Yeah,
there.
We stole from them.
We stole from a hotel.
You
Just a glass.
skipped out on our tab.
Skipped out on a tab. Stole the
You
glass.
stole the glass.
I did steal the glass. But we did skip out on like a $300 tab. So at the hotel we were staying at.
Yeah.
So.
And then we still had like another night after we skipped out on the tab.
It's true.
We still
So
stayed there.
So
we didn't even leave.
We didn't. So we just avoided the fucking bar. We like went around the long way out of the hotel whenever we left or came back.
Stupid.
Yeah. Somebody decides to start drilling or something right now at 8:15 at night, but that's cool too.
Good.
But anyway, Spoon. Do we have anything else on this one?
That's all I got.
Yeah. I mean,
A little shorty, huh?
Yeah, this is actually way shorter. I thought it was gonna be. I knew it was gonna be short, but not this short.
There's not like a whole lot to. I mean, maybe we just missed a boat here, right? And maybe there's these like deep, complex rhythms that are based in like North African lore that we're completely missing the boat on. I don't know.
Maybe some crazy musical theory that, this is in fucking 3/5 or some shit like that.
I'm sure these little fucking butt munchers on YouTube will be like, well, actually, and let us know.
Well, actually, you missed this, and that. They actually did this. This is why they did this. This is why they transitioned this way. It's like, okay, that's cool, I guess.
Inspiration from Beethoven's Ninth. Oh, even. Fuck off.
But
dude.
we're not that deep. We're not that deep. We try to do everything.
No one should really be that deep in a format like this. Just nobody.
Yeah.
I did. Before we wrap it up here, there was a quote on somewhere in their stuff I was reading, but an early critic saw the band play live one time, and when they asked him like how it was, he said like, oh, it was motherfucker.
The dogs are going crazy.
Do you hear him?
I hear him.
Do I hear them? Of course they fucking hear them. That's how you talk. I don't know why I said like that.
I don't know why you said it like that.
He said it was great, but I didn't know it was music. I was like, oh, that's perfect can. That's can, dude.
Yeah, that is. That really is. But can you imagine being in like fucking somewhere? I don't know. Let's say fucking Munich, because we've been to Munich. Can you imagine being in Munich and we fucking in the early 70s and we fucking see Can play in some 200 person, 100 person club? God damn, dude, that'd be so. That's like one of those things where like I wish I can go back in time and see this one particular band, like going back to like 1972, seeing Can in fucking Munich, Germany, or some shit. That would be fucking sick. That would.
I read too that first show that Damo played wasn't very good. It wasn't a good show, but they all enjoyed it so much that he just kept coming back and back. But that venue they played at held like 1,000 people or so. But by the time they were done playing, there was like 15 people left.
Yeah.
They like fuck it. They played the entire set. They didn't skip a beat.
That's so rad. So rad.
Like that would have been fun to see because like knowing where Can ends up and seeing them like this, like that would have been fun.
Yeah, and then also I was reading too. They shortly after this record came out, they did a tour of just England. It was just England, Germany, and France, and it was a 3-month tour. And it's like, I mean, these countries aren't big. Like, where are you going? Just where the fuck are you going? Especially in England.
England, Germany, and France?
Yeah, especially England. It's such a small country. Like, where are you going? Where are you spending a month in England?
That's a long flight. I mean, we did a month in all of like Europe outside of
8 countries.
Spain and UK. Yeah.
And these guys did 3 months in three countries. But West Germany, too. That's only half of Germany. So
maybe they probably did like back-to-back nights, right? Like a Grateful Dead type of thing, 3 nights in a row. But even still, that's still fucking.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of playing.
Who's going to watch you in 1972, 1973? Who's going to watch you?
I'm not.
We're not even alive.
You don't know that.
Well, that's true. So anyway, let's wrap this up. Give our final thoughts. Dude, what are they signed? I don't know what they're doing over there.
Who is it?
It's one of the neighbor. I don't know which neighbor, but I don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, cut it out back there.
So yeah, let's wrap it up. Give our final thoughts and rate the record based off of our world famous 3-point rating system. Where 3 is a perfect album, 2 is a good album you're going to continue to listen to, 1 is a bad album but give it a shot, and 0 is the worst thing you've ever heard. What do you got? Go.
Can. What can we say about Can? There's not a whole lot to say about Can. You listen to them and you go, okay, I get it. All you really need is a couple, like 4 or 5 of their records. I think 5 of the records are fun. You really only need like 2 or 3 of them, to be honest.
Yeah.
You listen to it once, you either like them, you don't get them, or you hate them. I don't think this is perfect. I don't think anything they've ever done is perfect. I think there's just too much art in there, and we're definitely not art folks. I mean, we always say like we're not lyric men, but we are definitely not art men, like by any stretch of the imagination.
True.
So whenever that like avant-garde kind of shit seeps into the music, that's where I'm lost. That's where I think like, okay, now you're just being fucking annoying, and I don't like that. So there's not a whole lot of it here, but this is not a perfect record. 2.75.
All right, that's fine.
Even though last week I think I gave Charlie XCX a 3 out of 3.
You did give Charlie XX a 3 out of 3.
What are you gonna do? I don't make the rules.
Well, clearly. So yeah, my final thoughts. I think this is just a great jammy kind of prog record. The way they infuse the jazz elements with the avant-garde stuff. I mean, I'm not really a fan of avant-garde or anything like that, but there's a time and place for it, and I feel like they do it pretty tastefully on this record, way more so than on Tagomago, which, like we talked about, that second half of Tagomago is just stupid.
It's pretty wild, yeah.
But no, I think this is really well balanced. It's a 40-minute record. It's not that long, and it never gets tired. I never get bored. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't do it often, but I'll give this a perfect 3 out of 3. Why not? Just okay. It's perfect. Like, I've never gotten tired of this record.
No, never getting tired of something doesn't mean that it's perfect.
But it is.
I don't think Little Caesars is perfect pizza, but I don't get tired of it. I can still eat it.
Okay,
over and over
it's also a perfect record
$6.
because it's influenced so many bands. What they're doing is pretty different, even within like the krautrock. You know,
just because it's influential doesn't mean it's perfect.
It's true. No, you're right. You're absolutely right. But they just did it so well. They did it so well, and also Zuge, what he was doing with like the tape loops and the sound manipulation. That's some shit that was so ahead of its time, and it's not like overdone on this record because it wasn't. He was the first one to do it. Like there wasn't
doing that,
but not to this extent.
Yeah,
but it wasn't like too much. No, shut the fuck up. You don't know what you're talking about. Okay. But anyway, perfect 3 out of 3 with Ege Bamyasi. Killer fucking record, and that's all we have for this one. That's all we have.
That's it, dude. That's it for krautrock season.
Yeah, less than an hour. We busted this out in less than an hour, so that's good.
Less than Jake, less than an hour. Not bad.
So thank you all for listening. Go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, give us 5 stars. If you're watching on YouTube, smash that subscribe button. That's what the kids say. So that's all we have. And what are you laughing about?
Because like our short episodes are the ones where we don't argue. That's why they're short. There's no arguing. Fucking short.
There was no tangents. I'm surprised there was really no tangents on this one, dude.
They're only short because there's no 10-minute long rant about how you fucking have cloth ears or like attacking you as a person or something like that. That's why it's so short.
Getting so personal. Actually, I don't fuck it. We're still recording. I don't give a fuck. This is the end of the episode. When I was editing the Charlie XCX episode from last week, the main episode, the Brett episode. I probably cut out almost 20 minutes of just junk, of just like us just ranting and just us going after each other that had nothing to do with the album. Like, it was just the dumbest fucking shit. I'd cut out almost 20 minutes of stuff. It was so stupid. It was so dumb.
Well, that's the stuff you want to hear.
Nobody wants to hear that. I didn't want to hear it. I was like skipping ahead. I'm like, when the fuck do we shut up? Like, when do we stop talking?
And you skip. You're like, no, keep going.
I would go like 30 seconds. I would go like a minute. Like, we're still going. It's just going.
What was the big one?
We started talking about like politics and like political campaigns. Like, it started out with like Kamala Harris using Charlie X's using like Brat Summer.
Oh, there's a big Obama thing and personality.
Yeah, we were talking, and it just got like way too just stupid and too into the weeds. I'm like, this is not interesting at all. This is just us fighting for the sake of arguing it, there was no point in it. So cut it out. But anyway, now we're just extending this episode by talking about nonsense. So there we go. And that's it. That's all.